Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Great Britain and Ireland Transport Revolution here for Railway Empire on the PS4. And you can see we have a storm kind of rolling through. This is going to affect the reliability of some of our trains as the storm rolls through. It's not too heavy actually, it's quite a small train, a small storm at the moment, so it's moving quite quickly as well, so it's not going to hopefully affect us too badly. But it will start causing some weather breakdowns if we're not careful. I'm surprised there are more storms actually, considering how our climate is. I'm not complaining that we don't have more of these, but I'm a little surprised they're not there. We did get a blackmail notice right at the end of the last episode. As soon as I kind of ended, I got a blackmail notice popping up asking for about 380 grand. Had to pay it because if we didn't, we'd have just suffered problems with one of our beef deliveries, if not all of them. And I don't really, I don't really want to have any issues with our town growth. So need to make sure that everything stays running smooth and our cities keep developing at a good rate. Northampton's really coming along. Look at that. Storm's right overhead now. What else do we need? We need normal wood, don't we? We have a train, I think, running here. Yeah, let's duplicate that train. So that we can start running in wood as well. Not just for the sawmill, but also for the just general wood desire as well. There's not a lot of wood being produced. We might be overworking this business. Yeah, let's purchase this business. That's cheap actually, 450. That's at level 2 already, so yeah, that works out really nicely because we can expand this. There we go, level 3 should hopefully be enough. But we can certainly expand it and start bringing in some really good money. A random breakdown over there. We still haven't had any weather breakdowns. I'm quite pleased by that. This train here, is this the one with the speed boost? No, it's not. Maybe it's that one. No. Those are just stacking up really close to each other. Never mind. No problems there. That's good to see. Oh, got a conductor. There we go. And someone else is new as well. Oh, another spy. Excellent. Let's steal from Doc Murphy for a change. Again, don't want a professor. It's hard enough for us getting points, let alone giving them away for money that we don't need. We certainly don't need a saboteur because there's no one to sabotage. Birmingham, we need to look at maybe improving Birmingham's supply of goods. There's a lot of goods that they want that they're just not getting. Including meat, apparently. Station Master, is that different to the one that we already have? That's maintenance. That one's dispatching, which would be useful, get the trains turning out quicker, but maintenance is just as useful. The trains don't turn around quite as quick, but when they do go in for maintenance, they're in there for a lot less. And because the station master gets on with our accountant and our surveyor, there's a bonus for all 3 members of staff, whereas we wouldn't get any bonuses at all with that one. So we won't hire that station master. We'll stick with the one we have. So where is my meat train to Birmingham? There must be one. Wood fattening to Birmingham is what we're looking for. Yeah, there is. There's one train. We need to duplicate it. They're just not getting enough meat. Getting plenty of apples in by the look of it. Let's just check the apples. Well, not plenty, but enough. They could do with some wood. They are getting a little bit of cheese delivered from Liverpool. Let's check our production over here. Wouldn't mind expanding that industry again, actually. What about the tailors? Yeah, let's expand the tailors. There we go. Yeah, because we're getting in plenty of raw materials there. Meat is absolutely fine. Don't need to improve the meat. Oxford's just grown. Excellent. So now we can stick in... I'm going to stick in a university again in Oxford. There we go. Again, try and improve our innovation gain. Papers. What's the production... or, yeah, the requirements for newspapers? Not until 105,000 citizens. Ooh, okay, maybe we should have thought about dropping in. Some museums. Birmingham's growing. There is, I think, a freight connection between London and Birmingham. I'm sure we put one in. Yes, there is. There's only one train at the moment. Well, that's all we need. It's just one train at the moment. But when Birmingham hits 100,000, we'll be able to start shipping newspapers off. I'm going to expand this industry. Even though we haven't really got a demand for papers outside of, well, even in London, I think, at this point, because the population isn't high enough, it does mean that we can actually produce more. So you can see we've got space for 8 more just there, which will help keep our fulfillment of demand up a little bit longer. Like I say, we need to get to 60,000 and then stick a museum in there. We're getting close. Birmingham grows, so that's hit 90,000. Time for another business. Right, let's have a look around. See what we can get in there that's going to go well with and complement the existing businesses that we already have. Could go with a furniture maker. I'm just looking to see. We have planks there being shipped into Nottingham. We also have planks from there as well. So yeah, we could go furniture. Just wondering if we maybe go steel and set up a preservers somewhere. I'm going to go with the furniture makers here in Birmingham. Let's stick that in just there. There we go. So, do we have planks being, or freight being delivered across here yet? No, we don't. So, was that the passenger line? No, that's the freight line here. So, let's get some freight delivered between Birmingham and Northampton. So, this is going to be a freight train. Goes out on the right line, needs to come back in on this one here. There we go, good stuff. Oh, company's reached 75 million. That's insane. And there we go, straight away. Some of those planks that we're generating here are going to get shipped over to Birmingham. That'll create some good business here. And then cabinets can be shipped out to Liverpool, out to Manchester, and potentially back to Oxford, and certainly back to London when London gets high enough as well. Which is the lowest developed town of ours so far. I think it's Northampton. Oh no, Northampton's at 73,000 already. Wow. Oxford. Oh, cabinets is 115,000. Okay, so cabinets are only going to get shipped between Manchester, or out to Manchester and out to Liverpool so far from Birmingham. But that's okay. We do have freight going out in those directions. So there will be a market for that, and that will help boost how much revenue we can generate that way. I'm going to expand the business straight away. There's our first load of planks coming in. An analyst and an auctioneer. Don't need either of those. Not yet. There's no point boosting our own value. Not at this stage. London's about to hit 60,000. Right. So another auction one without contest. That's good. Stick a museum in London. Just there. So that will help with our fulfillment of demand and help the city to keep growing. What other goods can we look at shipping in there? We could look at getting some planks in there. They've got a demand for planks now. Everything else is pretty much covered apart from wheat. You can see, look, wheat, dairy and suits. Those with planks are the only ones not being covered, so that's really good. Really good to see that. Nice, strong fulfillment of demand, even without the museum, which will help us out immensely. So London's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. 76% demand already. That's really good to see. Northampton has slowed down a bit. A lot of things that we could throw in there. We're okay for now though. Where's that freight train that's just delivered the wood? Is it that one? It is. Let's see. I want to find a train that's going to have a lot more goods. Nolan Manor, it's a long trip, but it'll do on its own. Actually, where's Nolan Manor? It's up there, isn't it? It's the only one coming there. Let's... I think that's the only one. Let me check the line. It is. It's the only one. So let's clone that train. Got some innovation points that we can actually spend at last. Lowering auctions, increase the innovation gain. I'm already at 32. I don't know if I want to spend 200 points on that. Let's see what we can do for our trains. Increase ticket prices by 10%. Accelerate maintenance again. Increase power again. Or we could look at unlocking this, which would then get us close to getting the Jenny Lind. That's a pretty good train, actually. And then getting the Jenny Lind would then open up the ability to unlock the mail car and the dining car. And work towards that one. Yeah, let's buy the G&M American, but we're not going to actually use that train. We're going to wait till we can get the Jenny Lind. Okay. Oh, that's a new security guard, wasn't it? Yeah, I want to find a goods train that's going to have a lot of goods running back and forth. This one will do. The Northampton to Birmingham train. It'll do. How is our demand going for product over here? We've got plenty in stock. We're okay there. Still not getting enough meat into our meat industry. We're getting suits as well as cheese delivered there. That's some wood. There's some meat. That's some more. Okay, so the trains are just being held up in a queue, but they are coming in. Look how busy Birmingham is now as a station. And we've got a spy. This gives me the Jenny Lind. I'll be very, very happy. A promoter. Ah, brilliant. We're going to promote London. Because we're trying to get that up to 100,000. That will help immensely. Promoting London. Spy. Steal from Doc Murphy. But yeah, look how many trains are coming in and out of Birmingham. It's a really, really busy station. Which kind of echoes how it is in real life. I mean, mainly just as a passenger service. Birmingham New Street now is a very, very busy station indeed. One of the largest stations in the country. Certainly a hub for all the sort of lines around the Midlands area. A lot of routes branch off in all different directions. You just see these trains all just stacking up. Look, we've got the Jervis. The Jervis is an okay train. Again, it's an old one, not one I want. We'll take it. Can we improve one of these passenger services? A new Stoker. No change. We can see if we can get a bonus. Oh, they don't like each other, so we won't put him on that one. What about this one here? Yeah, let's stick it on that and improve the reliability of that train there by 20%. Another spy. Oh, brilliant. I'm going to steal from Don Lorenzo this time. Birmingham is up to 92,500 people, and those trains are just flooding in with all those goods. Oxford stagnating a little bit. There's a lot of goods that they want that they're just not getting at the moment. And we've got some breakdowns here in London. What have we got? One of our passenger trains, which is now blocking these from moving in. And this one here as well, our fish train. There we go. Let's get those things moving again. We're up to 79,500 already. Ah, it's the Jenny Lind! Fantastic. And a conductor. Let's just see if we can allocate the conductor straight away. Looking for another passenger train. Good stuff. So, the Jenny Lind is going to be our new freight train. Look at that, we've got some paper coming in here. You know what, I'm just going to replace all of my city-to-city trains with Jenny Linds, I think, and then all my regional ones will switch to Derwent's. I want to try and just use the UK trains where available.
You left quite an impression with your success. At all places where canals and horse-drawn vehicles have faced their boundaries, small railway businesses are being founded at the moment.
That's a passenger service. Perry Estate, make that a Derwent. How many more of these have we got to do? That was already a Derwent. A lot of freight trains, as you can see. This is going to take us a little while to cycle through them all. Still going. Birmingham to Liverpool. Let's make that one a Jenny Lind. Still more trains to cycle through. I didn't realise I had so many freight trains running. It makes sense, I suppose, when you think about it. We've got so many different goods going all the way across the map. It makes sense that we would have a ton of freight trains. There we go, it's Jenny Lind. And that's a passenger service, I think. Passenger service with no passengers. Yeah, that is a passenger train. Interesting. That should be a Jenny Lind. And that one definitely. And that one. And that one already is. Okay, so we finally scrolled through them all. I saw one of our towns has got a new business available. Which one was it? London. London's almost hit 100,000 already. Right, what are we going to add in London? I can't get over how quickly London's grown. Let's see. So we have... What other businesses could we go with? We've got fish. We've got no obvious grain yet, but I'm thinking we could go fish pie. Because I'm pretty sure that this is going to unlock in a minute. And that'll be a new business for us, and a brand new one as well, part of the DLC. So let's stick a bakery in there for now. We can always remove it. We need to put a security guard on one of these trains. Oxford has one already. Manchester, Birmingham doesn't. Let's put a security guard on there. More innovation points available. We'll start saving those up so we can unlock these things here. There's nothing there we can look at either. Can't believe London is about to max out already. Fulfillment has slowed down a touch, mainly because of that new business, I'm guessing. Let's increase the number of trains that we have coming from Hill Forest Isles. There's only one at the moment. We need to duplicate that. What else does London want? No demand for papers nearby yet. I think we should take these universities out and start putting in museums. Start promoting the local towns again. That fulfillment of demand is really going to come in handy. So let's take out the university here as well.
I wouldn't have dared to dream about it. Slowly, quite a railway mania is going on, and new businesses spring up like mushrooms. I would like to articulate my explicit recommendation to get rid of your new direct competition, as long as it is still possible. If you address this too late, it could happen that your company might not withstand this turbulent pioneer stage.
Okay, so we need to connect 12 cities and buy Don Lorenzo's company. Let's take a look at the company tab. Don Lorenzo's company is worth 56 million. That's insane. Look how expensive the shares are. Alright, well, let's buy 20% of his company right now. Now we need saboteurs, we need reporters and all that other stuff. Those guys are coming at huge values, and their network is going to be tiny as well. Where is Don Lorenzo based? So we've got someone up here in Scotland. He's just got a station in Glasgow, that's it. Don Lorenzo has Beatrix Van Pomp. Where is Don Lorenzo? Is he down here in Ireland? No. He must be down south then. Yeah, here he is, look. So he's got Plymouth, Barnstaple, and a connection between the two. And his company is worth, 56 million. That's insane. Still, the amount of revenue that we can generate is immense, as you've seen. So, we'll be good. Has that unlocked? It has. It's unlocked the rest of the country down here. So let's put a connection into Dover. Run that right up against the edge, like that. Bring our passenger lines in here. Separate them down a little bit like that. %1 gradient is fine. Now I want my freight line, but I also want to look at maybe connecting to Brighton. Was it I need 12 cities connected? I've got 8 now, so I need another 4 cities connected. So let's look around and see what cities that we can connect to that are really going to benefit our network. I mean, I could go to Leeds, but it's just going to mess things up a little bit around Manchester way. I'm thinking down here. We've got Bath. Could look at coming down to Southampton. I do want to have another connection coming off London somewhere, possibly, but I've already put my my freight line in there. Look, that's going to complicate things. So I'm thinking maybe just running down to Brighton this way. I don't know. I don't know which way to go. We've still got all this over here as well. Let's have a look. Again, Nottingham's kind of already been split that way. It would be easy for us to actually come up this way. Go to Leeds. From Leeds we could go to Middlesbrough and Newcastle. We can even go up to Hull as well. Yeah, let's do that. So let's put it... It's probably not going to let me do this. Oh no, I have connected the city, haven't I? So that's fine. Let's put a connection there to Leeds. Is that colliding with a business? No. It just doesn't like that angle. So that'll go there. Need to put those signals back in again that we just accidentally removed. That's fine. I'll do that now before I forget. There we go. May as well put these ones in here as well at the same time. So we'll put a connection in this way. You know, I'm just going to run across to Hull, and then from Hull we'll go up to Middlesbrough and then Newcastle. We'll do it that way. Oh, I'm out of cash. That's the first time we've been out of cash in a long time. Let's let our businesses just run a little while, earn some money. Now you can see Northampton growing again now that we've got that fulfillment of demand boost from the museum. We're up to 64% as opposed to 54%. Oxford is improving as well. 67%. That's keeping it above the 61% threshold that's needed for growth. London has dipped below slightly. We still don't have anything going into the bakery. That's why. As soon as we get that line connected up, we'll be golden. In fact, let's do that. Let's get the freight line running as quick as we can. So this is my spacer line. This is going to be tricky. I have very little space at all here. Let's try and be a little bit clever instead. Let's try and just bypass that section completely. Yes, that works. Okay. Run that all the way along to here. And across. And around. Let's take that back to there. Just trim this line a bit. There we go. Now we need our duplication line underneath for our passing loop. Just enough space to squeeze that in on that side of the bridge, which is good. Run that all the way along here. Bring it in there. Excellent stuff. Again, we'll put a supply tower in there. But now I can create a link with this business here. And this one's going to feed quite a few different places, so I kind of want that to try and sit as close as I can. It's a little bit too high. There we go. This is why I want that fine control. There we go. That's not too bad, actually. Let's drop it down to there so the gradient isn't too dissimilar. This wants to feed in somewhere over here. I'll try and feed it in as close to the city as I can, actually. Or close to the signals, the switches. Like that. Gonna need a diamond just there. Oh wow, I didn't realise as wonky as that. That's way too wonky. I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, it's come down about that height, I think. Let's connect to London first. And there's a wool merchants there we can drift in as well. Let's come in somewhere over by the bridge. That is a very expensive bridge. It's nothing but bridge. That's not good at all. It's not ideally placed, really, is it? But it'll do. It'll do just there. How much am I going to need to duplicate that? Hopefully not too much. Yeah, only 37 grand. More than I can afford. So we'll let this run through. There we go. We want to connect this business as well. Get that feeding into London. But that's not so important. Did I put my... no, I didn't. I didn't put my diamond on this side. Now we can look at connecting on this side as well. I'm actually going to pull this back a little bit. And hear the faint strains of bagpipe music in the background there, despite the fact that we are nowhere near Scotland. We're at the opposite end of the of the UK. Scotland is way all the way up here. This is Scotland up here, so from there upwards. So yeah, a long way off. You know, a completely separate country, all the way down to the very south of the country, south of England down here. And France is there. That's the closest point, 26 miles. from port to port. Yeah, that's a long enough bit of track. Bring that up to there. I can't even afford that. Wow. There we go. Build the diamonds. Good stuff. Right. Signals. This needs to be signalled straight away. This is the most important addition, because this is needed by London for demand fulfillment for our fish pies. Yeah, that looks a bit more realistic. I'm not convinced. I'll just put the single on there, that'll do. Actually, we could do with maybe putting that there instead. Yeah, that's a bit better. I need to signal this so that we can get a supply tower in place. So a break and a go. Break and a go. Actually, no, doesn't need to be a go. Just needs to be a regular signal. Let's space these. Again, look, it's changing the spacing quite dramatically. Why is that so different? Oh, because that goes all the way across. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, let's take that out, let's take that out. Let's rework these signals here. They're all good. Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. That's enough for me to at least put my... Oh, I can't even afford the supply tower. Gonna need a little bit of cash for the trains as well. There we go. Supply tower. Let's see, do I want it there, or let's move it closer. Can't quite fit it there. So the supply tower will go just here. Like that. Just take that out, and take that out. We can look at putting another one in over here, maybe. Am I going to need one? No, not really. So I'll take that out. I'll put a specific one on that line when it's needed. Let's get the train up and running. From Parker Preserve into London for the fish pies. Derwent. With a stoker, maybe? No. That. We'll put a stoker on there. Increase the amount of fish getting into London. They're okay for fish. That's good. We are getting some raw materials. Right, we'll just leave it with one train for now. See how we do. We've got more stuff that needs to be kind of signalled and plonked together as well. What are my timetables like? 1841 for 12 cities, so we need to kind of work on that. Did we connect to Hull? No, we didn't, because we ran out of the cash and we couldn't buy the stations. So let's put Hull at an angle like that. Just going to build the connections to start with, just to complete that task, and then we'll start to elaborate on those going forward. Trying to keep the bridge cost down without it making excessively big gradients. Screw it, let's go with a big bridge. We can afford it.
The order books of my engine works in Newcastle are bursting at the seams. And as if it would not be difficult enough to find decent employees now, my materials are running low. I would really appreciate it if you could finally liberate my work from canals and streets and deliver the required goods with the railway.
Well, it's just as well we're looking to move up to Newcastle, because we've got an optional task for Robert Stevenson and Co. It's optional, so it doesn't have to be done, but seeing as we're going up there, we might as well. So we're going up to Middlesbrough next. This is going to be tricky, actually. I don't know if I can... I can't. I'm going to have to go with a standard large station and then just really try and be a bit careful with that. Unless... Can I pitch enough of an angle? That's a bit rough. So I can put a station in there in Newcastle and have enough space to bend the lines, get through those gaps there. I'm also looking around to see what I'm going to need for steel. I'm going to need coal, I think. Just looking to see where the nearest coal is. I can see I've got iron just there. Oh, there's some coal there. That's going to need to run through from Borough. Middlesbrough. Borough is what, you know, sort of a shortened name for Middlesbrough. So Newcastle I can fit in and still have space to move tracks around. That works. Middlesbrough, kind of just about get away with it like that, right on the border of the edge of the green circle. It means running an expensive tunnel line through, but you know, needs must. So let's try and plan that. Wow. That is a very, very weird ground deformation there. Very weird indeed. I think it's simply because we had that issue there. Yeah, see now it's actually putting in that really, really big bridge. We can do this. I just need to figure this out. Drop the height down a bit. Don't have enough... if I take that piece out and maybe go that way, cut through the hills a bit. That's not too bad a route, actually. Yeah, we can do that. That's not too bad. I'm going to try and add in a few extra points. You know, a few more of these sort of dot points like this to manipulate the lines' angles a little bit better. I was going to put a bridge in there and a bridge in there. That's more what I was trying to do. No matter how we do it, we're going to have a big bridge somewhere. It's just a question of where we end up having it. I'm also wary of a station connecting to the freight line from here. That's going to be a bit more challenging, but there we go. Do that, and I'm out of cash again, so I'm going to let this run for a little while, generate a bit more money, and then we'll put in a station here in Newcastle, connect that up to Borough, complete this passenger line through here, start putting in freight lines. We need to do a freight line here to Leeds as well. We'll get all of that kind of in place. I might possibly even run a connection up there as well. Let me just, what is Middlesbrough? Middlesbrough's an alcohol town as well. So is Hull. So there's no meat apart from Leeds. So Leeds needs to kind of feed Newcastle and Borough, I think. Yeah, a little bit of thinking to do on this one. So I'll have a ponder, and then we'll kind of continue working on our routes over here. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more Railway Empire, Great Britain and Ireland Transport Revolution very soon.